Alright, what up, guys? Yo, Food Punch Savvy here, and we are back with some more Kagetsu Tohya. So, let's go ahead and just end this song. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get to this. Sweet. What's the System Manager novel recommendation of the day? To Find Through Death by Ryu Keiichiro. Alright. So, last time we left off, we unlock Crimson Moon. Crimson Moon is Hime, real name, I guess. So we're finally going to get lore with Hime. Now let's begin. The stars are close. The sky over the deep valley was so high and clear, you would be able to reach out to the stars and touch them. There wouldn't be anywhere else in the world that is close to the heavens as this land. This is a high land, but if you simply compare the heights, then there are other lands that can boast their altitude other than this. The real reason that this land is so close to the heavens is because this is where they were born. The true ancestors, probably. At times, the figure of the moon is sacred, even holy. It, being large enough to cover the top of your head, is like a cover of the sky, and its sizes strikes a certain fear in you. The people of old wondered that the moon was about to fall down on them. That is the end of the world. Dang, bro, you know what? It makes me instantly think of Majora Mask. The fear was not just an absurdity, because the primal being that appeared in this land was definitely summoned to bring forth the end. However, the world has not met its end. The concept of the world that we have built is far stronger than what the star had imagined. The Crimson Moon shed its tear. It says in sorrow that it will be a long fight, but even if it returns again as a new moon, it is not the end. For all living things in this land will turn on it. Although time, which may be the ultimate factor, is on its side. Crimson Moon. I like that. I like that glows red like that. The moon is closed. It suddenly occurs that a celestial body may be connected to this land. That wasn't not the point. It says that they were created as a censor of nature. But who was their mode? That primal being? The planet made them to resemble humans. But before that, what made it create a censor called the true ancestors? The reason why they are affected by the moon. The reason why they, who should be perfect, are not. Real of the world. Is it their purpose to return the planet as it was in the past? But can a planet, which doesn't even have a mirror to reflect itself, set its own standards? Where is the judge? After all, wouldn't the only being that can understand the depth of a celestial body be another body like it? Dang, it's so red. A crimson moon hangs overhead. It is like an eye shedding tears of blood, an observer that is both near and far. I open my eyes with a strange sensation. It is like I am myself and someone else. Like I, Tonoshiki, is in the cloak of a man called Michael Valdam Jong. Then we're Roa. Wait, we're Shiki. Or we're Roa. Maybe we're both. A minute disorder disturbs my sleep. I'm understanding myself as myself and someone else. I guess we're both, that's what it's saying. Like I, Roa, Michael Roa Valdam Jong, and residing inside the consciousness of a human called Tonoshiki. Which is the dominant one? That would definitely be me. Because this is a world based on my memory. However, such an emotional recollection of the past wouldn't be possible for me. So that means this world is my world. I am myself, and I am you. Then this must be a dream. It is a story that can only exist as an anecdote that is both past and future. Is it? If this is a dream, then that would be okay. The time spent in this gap is probably just an instant. It is a contradiction that can be understood with acquired knowledge, and one will be forgotten in a second. Excuse me. This space of time is unnecessary, but it's not that big of a waste. 1. The room assigned to me was windowless, so the moon wasn't in sight. The castle standing in the valley was really silent. They, the masters of the castle, and the dead apostles who served them, were both keeping their presence and emotion silent, as if silence was a virtue. That was very pleasing for me. I visited as a messenger of the church. In order to destroy the fallen true ancestors, the church secretly asked, rather demanded, for their help, and they cooperated actively. The number of fallen true ancestors that walked this land is around 10. It was not a number that the true ancestors could handle by themselves, but it was the same for the church. They were in need of an organization of the church, so they accepted me, a priest of the church. To elaborate, I am one who planned and activated the burial agency. Whoa, is he the creator? I didn't know that. Is that true? Ro is the creator of the burial agency. They trusted me as an ally in opposing the fallen true ancestors. However, I was already in a state unsuited for the clergy. The reason I visited this castle was completely different from what they thought. I was here to create a new fallen ancestor and to reap its benefits. My studies had gone to such a level that it was impossible to continue with a body of a human. In order to find a way to continue, I must become a vampiric creature known as the dead apostle. The night is deep. Now I will have an audience with the princess. Hime. There was a rumor of a true ancestor killing true ancestors being born. The rumor said that it is the name of Brunstud. If that is so, then it would be the true ancestor royalty. It had defeated 3 fallen ancestors with ease, and its existence was confirmed by several witnesses. It is said that it has golden eyes and hair, and that it seems the form of a female, which is rather rare among the true ancestors. However, the church is still denying her existence. That's natural. The church is conservative. It wouldn't be possible for them to admit the existence of a being that rivals the Crimson Moon and scaled that easily. However, the rumor is undeniably true. This castle, which has been little more than a ruin after the disappearance of the previous king, is a solid evidence. The Millennium Castle has been resurrected by a new creator. They are back at home after 600 years and are enjoying a peaceful time inside the castle, the ultimate safeguard. The castle reflects the new Brunstud state of mind. However, the castle that I visited was definitely not a rusted one like this. At that time, before I was associated with the princess, the castle was white and pure and always sincere. Flowers were blooming in the garden, and a breeze circulated regularly. But now, what has happened? Rusted walls, an empty corridor, the air is stationary, the garden is in ruins, and the path leading to the castle is covered in chains. I was definitely abnormal. Just until yesterday, they were here, and they thought, and though they were silent, the castle was blooming with life. But now, I am the only survivor. The true ancestors within the castle were all exterminated. The code is extreme. All doors that lead to the throne are closed. The chains that extend from the outer walls are clustered towards the throne. There was a window, and the throne was in sight. Beyond the closed doors is the heart of this castle. The code is spawned from the heart and is freezing the entire castle. I look down at the throne. Whoa. Dang! She's tied up. Chained up. I think that's how she sleeps, right? I think Ark said that, didn't she? Or maybe I'm just thinking about Melted Blood. Or maybe both. It was more of a prison than a throne. Dang, Hime. Chains can't keep her down. That was how it looked. The chair is heavy. The sin is deep. The sin is deep. The tangled chains become a thorn down, praising the lonely princess. To the extent that being that had corrupted me, so was decaying alive. I pitied her. Is this the result, Roa? Does it occur to you as well? Yes, this is the result. But I do not have time to worry about such matters. She is not what I pursue, and I have no means to free her. The dawn is the north sky. The rust-colored dust continues, and in time, it will probably destroy her. The sound of chains echoed through the castle. I cannot save her. That doesn't matter. If you can't do it, then I will bring her out. That's fine. Whether the princess is saved or not, it won't affect me in any way. However, I do not deny that this is our point of contact and boundary. 1,000 chains. With a chained princess between us, I and I have our backs against each other. Now for the moment. In a time that cannot exist, let us each start his day. Day 2. So are we going to become Shiki now? No, we're still Roa, right? The room assigned to me was windowless, so the moon wasn't in sight. The castle standing in the valley was really silent. They, the masters of the castles, and the dead apostles who served them, were both keeping their presence and emotions silent, as if silence was a virtue. Then was very pleasing for me. The appearance of the castle had changed drastically. A building without people dies almost immediately. They were exterminated, and the castle had ceased its activity as well. I move into the inner yard. The fountain is dry. Hime! Such a tiresome man. I didn't expect you to remain in this castle. That was not the chained princess at the throne. She is still bound in there. This is a being hiding inside her consciousness, waiting for a time to fuse with her. Oh! It's an honor meeting you, Brunstud. I never thought I had the chance to speak with you like this. Anyways, with you in this state, it seems to me that it will be difficult for the princess to see the crimson moon. You are skilled with words, priest. Why not see if you could free her with that tongue? Damn! You were able to make her drink blood. Maybe you would be able to unbind these chains. I politely refuse. What would I do after unbinding the chains? I have no way to keep her in control. But it would be of reference. By your method, the increasing impurity would result in ruin. The human soul cannot withstand the outside world without a body. Even if you become a dead apostle, you can't escape corrosion as long as your base is human. So like myself, you must prepare a successor. Only when a body of my scale is spawned during the crimson, does the crimson moon manifest. That way, there is no need to repeat useless steps and become simplified, as in your case. About that matter, I desired that simplification. I want to cut off the useless self to keep its influence as minimal as possible. I do not wish to maintain a world corrosive will, as in your case, Brunstud. You speak bold words. Do you mean to say that you understand what I am? I do not understand. What I do know, though, is that your process is not very effective. After you were born as the ultimate being, the one born after you were all too imperfect. You were the only one that went right, and all the other true ancestors were just failures, weren't they? So you decided to modify this. The true ancestors are just a phenomenon that occurs by need, but you taught them how to create it with their own hands. The reason is simple. You desperately needed a true ancestor of the same degree of purity as yourself. Continue. It means that your life is reaching its end. To the true ancestors who do not have a predetermined lifespan, death is something that results from an external event. You had too many enemies. Generally, the true ancestors are accepted as the spirit of nature. That's why the beasts of Alaya won't oppose you. Oppose them. The true ancestors are more than just an enemy of the human race. They are the keepers of nature as well. Our subconsciousness both accepts and denies the monster called the true ancestors, so Alaya Beast does not recognize them as a target of elimination. However, you, the original, were different. The Crimson Moon cannot exist by Gaia or Alaya. You foresaw the upcoming modifications, and you needed to find the bodies to prepare for the extermination. Even then, you wouldn't have imagined that you, a true ancestor, would be defeated by a human. You were too late in recognizing magic, the rule outside the rules. That's why you were surpassed by the old man of Drules. Who's the old man Drules? You know, when I think of Drules, you know, it makes me think of the Tosuka family, but, you know, it might be different. It might be different timeline, different universe. Because of that unexpected event, you were exterminated just before the perfection of a successor. I wonder who's the old man, though. Leaving behind a reality marble that would spawn the true ancestors, a seed in which you can embed yourself. And what's he said? Leaving behind a reality marble that spawned the true ancestor, a seed. She left behind a reality marble. She was defeated? What the fuck? Alright, let's continue. Zurich? Zurich. What's his last name? What family he's from? I know I saw a scene of young Ark and some old dude, right, in a field. But I assume that's probably him. I don't know his name though. The 27 ancestors are no more than a footprint that you made in this world. No matter how much you tried, a true ancestor of your level of purity would not be born. So you begin to test out other possibilities. One of the results would be Altruage Brunstad, but even she hasn't reached a level high enough to see the Crimson Moon. No, since she has Gaia Beast under her control, she may be even more powerful than the Crimson Moon in a way, but Altruage herself is too unstable. Excuse me. Then the true successor was spawned naturally, a method that he had given up by then. After the death of the Crimson Moon, the true ancestors, who the Crimson Moon had scorned upon, had succeeded in creating a perfect body. That was him too. What family he's from though? I remember when he created the, when he was creating the sword. Something that the Crimson Moon was unable to produce. That is Arcuate Brunstad. However, she was put herself in chains, so it seems that she's not in a state to accept you in. Interesting. Then what do you think I am? If she's not accepting the Crimson Moon, do you mean to say I am not the Crimson Moon? Certainly. Every true ancestor has a place inside him to accept the Crimson Moon. It is a rule that you made yourself, but that's just an aspect of the Crimson Moon. Every true ancestor is an incarnation of the Crimson Moon, but at the same time, a totally different being. For this reason, the princess who is talking to me right now is no more than a shadow of Arcuate Brunstad. You are not yet confirmed as the Crimson Moon. As long as Arcuate Brunstad is called Arcuate Brunstad, you cannot be the Crimson Moon. If what you say is true, then it certainly makes sense that I exist in this manner. Indeed, I am just a hologram that has a possibility. It was I who didn't know where I stand. Did you think I was planning to take over? No, there's no need to be disheartened. Since Arcuate Brunstad is bound in chains, she will give up her name in a while. And then that empty body will be yours. You told to free her, but it's actually the opposite. If the Crimson Moon is to reincarnate, it's best to leave her as she is. Kaleidoscope. It's okay, I can weaken him later. It is. So it is impossible for you to unbind these chains? Yes, it is impossible for me to free her. The princess has left. The fountain is dry. But Azaya is not here, so I decided to return to the guest room. Damn, bruh. She listened to the entire conversation. She's like, you can't free them chains. It's like, nah, I can't. And then she left. That's it. He gave her an entire speech and she left. At least we got some lore. That's pretty cool. Return to the guest room. Day 3. The room assigned to me was windowless, so the moon wasn't in sight. The castle standing in the valley was really silent. They, the master of the castles, and the dead apostles who served them, were both keeping their presence and motion silent, as if silence was a virtue. That was not comfortable for me. Are we Shiki now? Who are we? The appearance of the castle remains unchanged. The castle walls are hardened with despair, and not a speck of wind enters through the closed doors. When was it? I once had a dream just like this. I walked towards the cathedral, my footsteps echoing like screams. I think we're Shiki. Blue is Shiki, red is Roa. I placed down looks into the throng. She was there, in that frozen cathedral. It's you. You don't seem too tired easily, and you bring someone like him with you. Sorry if I disturb you, but without him, I have no point of contact with this place. Yeah, we're Shiki. Oh, shit. So it is. You are not related to this castle in the first place. It would be best to leave quickly. You had no business with me from the start, didn't you? No, that's not it. I felt something was missing in our last conversation, so I tried to see the next part of it. I don't understand. What do you mean something was missing? Well, I mean, this time I'm here to see you. Oh, Shiki! Okay. As I thought, you are mixed with him. Humans are quite noisy beings. Noisy? Hey, how come you're so conceited? I didn't say that to flatter you, and I didn't lie about it either. I'm just here to meet you and to do something about that dignified face of yours. Indeed, if you were a shrewd man, she would have killed you outright. So she really is getting along with such an impolite person. Hey, it's not like I'm the rude one. You're a princess, and your hands seem to speak a lot quicker than words. You'll kill me someday if you keep on smacking me over the head wherever something happens, you know. Your speech is pointless. You're speaking of her actions. It is useless to complain about that to me. Speak your complaints to the person in questions. See? Art does smack him in the head a lot. I am speaking to her. Your Ark. Such a foolish human. How many times must I tell you? I'm just an aspect of Arkwood Brunstead. The Ark you know is a different being. I told you, I know that. But you're an aspect of Ark, aren't you? Then it's the same thing. You have long hair, you talk with an accent, and you don't know me. But that's not important at all. If you're a part of Ark, then that means you are Ark. Damn, bro, let's go, Shiki! Smooth. You can talk to Hime. What, did I say something weird? You did. You surprised me. Indeed. If I exist as myself, it would be a bad thing for you, would it not? The one that you desire is the one that is bound by chains, not the one that exists here. Well, yes. The Ark that I know is certainly not you. Then, why do you speak words that tolerate my existence? Does that not contradict your purpose? Does it? This is a contradiction. Of course it is. You're the one that is shielding her. If you, her only ally, accept me, the enemy, then naturally the Crimson Moon is near. You're trying to hand her over to me with your own hands. Oh, is that so? But that's not much of a problem. If that happens, then I'll get the art that I know back by force. Do you mean to say that you will fight me? Fight you? If I knew of art to save art, nah, that's a contradiction. Fool. Wanting her means fighting me. Do you still speak such words? That you can save Arcued Brunstead, who has been bound by chains for long past. Yeah, I could save her. Damn, Shiki. Silence. Then, filling a faint yet absolute gap, she speaks. This is the past. It is a world where you shouldn't be in, therefore it won't appear again. Farewell, human. I hope your words will come to be more than just a joke. Oh shit! Are we gonna fight Hime? I don't think Shiki could beat Hime. Nah, bro. He got fucking wiped by Ryogi in Melty Blood. I know it's not canon. I know it's just an arcade story. But if you got fucking wiped by Ryogi, you're not qualified to fight Hime. Come on, man. I know Ryogi's strong, but you gotta get past her if you want to face the final boss. Because she got past Shiki to face Hime. So, Shiki gotta get past Ryogi to face Hime. I still want to see. I hope in them new Melty Blood type Lumina. I hope Ryogi and Nanaya is like DLC or something. I want to see them fight. I know she can beat Tohno Shiki. But can she beat Nanaya Shiki? I still think Nanaya Shiki eyes are a little bit different. I feel like it's different. Not feel. I think I read it somewhere in the forum. I hope they explain it in this game. The difference between Nanaya and Tohno. A gentle request. It seemed like an awkward request that betrays her noble self. Day 4. I just heard that Nanaya is stronger than Tohno Shiki. There's something different about his eyes. Ryogi Shiki's definitely her. I know I read that her eyes is stronger than Shiki's. You can see it too. Her eyes, a depth perception. It's like it has a really different design too. But Nanaya, I hope this game explained his eyes. Now turn to the rightful memory. Okay, we're back to Roa. The room assigned to me was windowless, so the moon was in sight. The castle standing in a valley was really silent. They, the master of the castle, and the dead apostle who served them, were both keeping their presence and emotion silent, as the silence was a virtue. Then there was a change in the silence. Silence sinks into an even deeper silence. The owner of the castle is back. It was not a silence to greet the return of a king. Rather, it was a silence fearing the return of a heretic. It looks like our dream ends here. My last memory of this castle is approaching. It's best for you to just observe. The night is deep. Not to have an audience with the princess. Dang, that would be so tight. You know what I'm thinking about? What if Roa got along with Shiki? And then just like coexist with each other in the body? That'd be tight. Oh well. On Hime with Shiki eyes, Kando. Really? I didn't know that. I just know in the end of if you play the Melty Blood, at least in back arcade mode, and you choose Ryogi, she killed Shiki, and then she's gonna fight Hime, and then they play like the theme song. That shit got hype. She said that she wanna fight a god, she wanna kill a god. I was like, oh shit, Ryogi's pretty cool, bro. She said she wanna kill a god or something like that. I don't remember. The moon is blue, or so bright that it overwhelms the stars. The wind is passing through the castle like the flow of blood. We are walking as if we were possessed. That would be both I and I know of the scene. I know this image, the scene imprinted in my retina forever. The figure under the moon that I will never be able to forget. The demon that had taken my sincerity. In a dazzling white moon garden, a figure that was simply beautiful. Simply too beautiful. This when Roa fell in love with Hime. And that's when he I guess he'd been one of reincarnated, right? That's why he became a dead apostle. But I guess his mission changed when he saw this scene. I think they mentioned in the main story Tsukihime. When he saw her like this, he fell in love. And then all he could think about is just meeting her every time he reincarnates. He's waiting for the day to meet Hime. There, everything was surpassed what I pursued. But I was young and stubborn, and unable to accept it, unable to understand it. I had armed myself with hatred. I have no regrets. I had staked all that I pursued, everything that was being in opposition of it. There were no mistakes. I got my hands on what I wanted. As a price, I corrupt her here. I must heal her here. I will surely meet her. I shall surely meet her. Excuse me. If that is what is promised, then there is no reason to hesitate, even if I know the outcome. I start to walk. Since she stares at me as if I was something strange. The flowers scattering in the wind speak of conclusion. The crimson moon. I look up at the heavens. In the spiraling sky, there's a crimson moon. A moon as red as blood. Oh shit. In the ruins, a sinner is in prison. Bound in 1,000 chains, the princess of the true ancestors continued to sleep. Gazing at the sight that I had never seen before, I decided to wake up. Farewell, princess. If we ever meet again, may it be the unfamiliar place in the unknown time, under an uncomfortable sun. It's talking about the crimson moon. It's probably Shiki that said that. Nice. That was Crimson Moon. Pretty good. Little interaction with Hime. I like that. I wonder if that foreshadow something. I wonder if we're gonna meet Hime later in the story. I wonder if Shiki actually is gonna face Hime. I want Shiki to. I want to talk with Hime more. That's one of the main points of me playing Kagetsu Tohya. I want to know more about Hime and Nanaya. Especially Nanaya. Nanaya is the main goal. Hime, she's second goal. Len? I don't know. Len's cool too. That person was no match for me. Okay, whatever you say, Akia. So that was Crimson Moon. That was pretty cool. We got a little bit of a cool CG. We get Hime in the throne, right? It's gonna be in a dream state technically. Yeah, it is right there. Hime throne, chained up. These chains. You know what's weird? So I don't know if they showed this in a remake. I haven't played a remake yet. I have to. You can see it right there. My Tsukihime poster. I have the remake, but I'm gonna wait. I'll wait for a little bit. I'm gonna try to finish up this and the other stuff. But I saw Type Lumina in some of the trailers. I think they replaced Hime chains, or I should say arc chains. She doesn't have chains anymore. I think they took it out. They replaced it with green stuff. I guess the green stuff is the same as chains. And I guess green stuff will make more sense than chains. Because that's like the earth energy, kinda. You could think of it like Mako energy, maybe. I think that's what they probably was going for. But honestly, I like the chains more. You can't chain me down. You can't chain me down. But you know, the Mako energy chain is cool too, I guess. And I guess it makes more sense. But I like the chains. Alright, let's start the other day. We're gonna start day 19. Thanatos. The doctors? I know. I'm just going in order though. We're gonna start day 19. It's about yeah, his dad. Let's see, stay at the mansion. I'm tired of the mansion, so I'm gonna go out. Go. And then, I guess we'll go to the park. I head to the park. It's still morning, but the park is full of many different people. And the thing that gets my attention the most is a line of cats meowing and heading inside. Something flashes through my head. They're probably heading to... I thought so. When the cats arrive at the destination, they all scattered. They head to a place, unlike under the tree or the back of the clock tower. But they all have one thing in common. Well, that's... Is it Len? Yes, Len. That they can all look at this bench. We meet again. The girl nods. I don't remember her clearly, but she seems to remember me. It's really crowded today. Can I sit down next to you? I point to the bench next to the one she's sitting on. The girl doesn't respond. The cat in her hands doesn't protest, so I think it's okay. Then, excuse me, but I didn't think this park would have this many cats. The girl embarrassingly looks down and pets the cats in her hands. A black cat. It's nothing, really. There's a black cat I come across often recently. The eyes intently stare this way. I don't know what she wants to say, but if she looks at me so, I feel a little embarrassed. That's a white cat. The color reminds me of a princess. Hime? No, I'm not saying that black cats are bad either. The girl expression looks a little stubborn. Did she get mad because I only praised the white cat? The brown striped one looks good too. What's that going to be? Who's the brown one? I don't know. I can only think of Arihiko because of his orange hair. Friendly cats are the best. I tried praising the striped cat too. For some reason, she should be feeling worse. That's not it. They're all adorable, right? This stare still carries suspicion. This is right. It's only that. There can be no prejudice. All cats are equal, is what I'm saying. So you like cats? Saying yes, she shakes her head. I can't tell whether she likes them or not. I like them too. Well, it seems more like a one-sided thing. I think they actually don't like me very much. Especially that black cat. We met a few times, but I haven't been able to pet it once yet. It's not that. Saying yes, she shakes her head. Maybe she doesn't like me. But this reply is indecipherable as well. Bum, bum, bum. The clock started to point towards 12 when the girl got up. It's a routine to watch her wordlessly go to some other place. It's time to go already? It's so sudden. It just came out of my mouth. Okay, well, see you. Or should I go with you? It's dangerous to be alone. Shake her head no. She mysteriously looks sad as she shakes her head. With that face, I can't force it. It is during the day, too. It won't be too dangerous. And with the cats, she leaves. Then, it's already lunchtime. I stand up for the bench and walk without a destination. We're gonna have lunch at? Gonna eat by ourselves? Do we hang out in the mansion? Let me see. I guess we're staying in the streets. I lean on the bench and remain in the same place. Holiday morning. The park is lively with people. Parents and children, couples, kids playing together. A more peaceful moment cannot be imagined. A blue sky looks like it was sculpted to perfection, and the pouring sunlight has no flaws. All complaints of the world seem superficial. One cannot imagine such a thing in this scene. What am I thinking? I'm confused by my own thoughts. But now that I said it, the feeling of danger lingers. Danger. Yes, the feeling of danger. Myself we cannot remember yesterday. A feeling of deja vu. Deja vu. That I already saw in the scene. I don't know how many times this has been repeated or will be repeated. Well, there's no pain, but only happiness. So I'm not complaining too much. If I'm in this garden of perfection, Wouldn't I be feeling the full force of disappointment when I reach the exit? Maybe I'm depressed. It's probably because of my faulty memory. I can't do anything if I linger on this bench and doing nothing. Well then, where should I go? Let's go the main road or the intersection. I'm gonna go to the intersection, I guess. Huh? When I come to, I find myself heading towards the main road. I was going to the intersection, but why? I tilt my head left and right. I don't really know myself. I feel like resisting the movement of my body have brought me here without thinking. There isn't much at the intersection either, but... Wait a minute. Just now, in that crowd, was something that shouldn't have been there. That person. The feeling of my heart being put in the blender. The rhythmically beating heart pants and feels claustrophobic inside the plastic casing. This is impossible. It wasn't my eyes hallucinating. There's no one that can mistake his form. Wait, my legs start moving. He looks and recognizes me. After recognizing me, he leads me on. My mouth turns into a twisted shape. Alright, if he leads me on, then I'll accept without refusing. Dang, the back alley. He laughs disturbingly and slides into the alleyway. Ah, it's indeed like that. There's only one reason he would appear, and since it's like that, there's only one place that would be suitable. Well then. Let's continue where we couldn't finish, killer. Yo, Nanaya. Look at his eyes, bruh. He's always activating, right? The eyes of depth perception. He stares this way. An extremely chilling shape thirsting for blood. I definitely won't become like him. I wonder how that worked out. He laughs. He's reading my thoughts. Your fear is always looking forward to reviving itself. As long as I live. Knife. It's in my pocket. I grab it. He also grabbed his knife in reverse. Then, what afterwards, Tohno Shiki? Afterwards? What's he talking about? As long as he wields the knife, the only thing to do is to bring down the enemy. There's nothing more to prepare. 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 Nothing more to... You know, I was reading some forums today on Tsukihime. Because I was just bored. And then they show like this one scene from the old Tsukihime game, right? Where Shiki just constantly repeat himself and the entire screams red. And someone's like, dang, Nasu really know how to write a slice of life. I was like... And then someone in a comment replied, yo, if Nasu wrote a straight up horror story, it would be godlike. And I'm like thinking, dang, that is true. If Nasu wrote a horror story, it would be godlike. Because I think that's probably my favorite moments in Tsukihime. And even in Fate Stay Night, right? Reading those two visual novels. I like when it gets like, when they start repeating shit. And then like, well, at least in Tsukihime, the main character goes like super crazy. I like that a lot. And then they talk about the opening for, what's the other one? Hollow Ataraxia, right? That opening horror story too. It's pretty good. Oh, dang. The lines. Wait. Just now, what was that unnatural line? What am I forgetting? Really? If you're not in your world, you can't exert your presence. What is he talking about? I feel nauseous. A headache follows. Anemia again. How did I forget? This body's so close to death, and the form of death so repugnant. Is time up in this place too? I must defeat you before the world collapses totally. If you consider me a killer as well, then call me out to a suitable place. Then he disappeared. I'll wait for you in the world of shadows. He disappears. And with that, the world collapses. I'll take off my glasses. Like watercolor paint melting, the alley melts. Ugh. Ah! This is a dead end too. There's nothing in front. It's a dead end physically, but it's also a dead end in another sense. There's no more time. In essence, it is the end of the world as well. If I don't snap out of it, I'll be caught in the end of the day. That music's so loud for no reason, dude. And it's almost evening. That was fun. I feel like I'm relaxed enough to last me a year. It's good to roam the streets freely alone sometimes. I went to the game center, then explored a bookstore I liked, and shop around a clothing store to scout out what I need for the winter. Sunbathed in the park, and then to end it all, I went to the tea store to look over the books I brought today. Huh? Where did I buy books? Huh? In addition, I thought there was something unmistakable that happened before I went to the game center. Well, it's alright. If I can't remember, it can't be too important. But before that, the most pressing problem at the moment is dinner. If I don't start heading back to the mansion, then I might not get anything. Dang, strict household. Alright, we returned home, ate dinner. Now we're in our room. We have dinner here, right? Yeah, dinner in the mansion. The usual tea time. Today we're playing sevens with cards. Kohaku-san Brawl. In sevens, the 4 sevens are laid out, and the players add adjacent, higher and lower cards to them. Akia, who has 7 of hearts, starts, and the game relaxedly begins. So, Nissan, what did you do yesterday? Akia asks suddenly as she puts down the Queen of Spades. Yesterday? I put down the Queen of Clubs. Shiki-san? Yesterday, we played games in my room together, didn't we? She lays down the 3 of clubs to one side. Is that so? Then you must have gone to Nissan's room after cleaning the fish in the kitchen. And then Hisui puts down the King of Clubs on the opposite side. Hold on. Then Nissan went to Kohaku room after talking with me in my room. Wow, Shiki, what the hell? This time, the 4 of spades. I guess seems to insist on spades. I don't remember. But I can't say that. I declared to pass the turn. For the first time, too. Oh? Isn't that impossible due to time? Akia-sama, aren't you remembering something incorrectly? Baku-san, passes as well. Her first time. No, I think Akia-sama's correct. I seem to vaguely remember Shiki-sama going to Akia-sama's room after talking with me. Hisui lays down the Ace of Clubs. Ooh. Now the clubs are all here. Anyway, it seemed like you were busy, Nissan. Akia nervously declared a pass. Her third time. I told you I was free in the morning. I had to pass too. Second time. That is so. I saw you playing with the black cat in the courtyard. Gaku-san passes as well. Second time, just like me. But her pass is not meant to as retreat, but to put her prey in a trap. Ah, I see. I didn't see you, so I thought maybe you had gone out. And Hisui lays the 2 of clubs on top. She and Kohaku-san seem to be synchronized, as all the clubs seem to come from their hands. Hold on, Hisui. Don't you have anything other than clubs? For example, a diamond? That has never appeared yet. I'm sorry, Akia-sama. I was told by Nessan to hold the diamonds. Kohaku! You went to play fairly today! What signs have you been making to Hisui? Aren't you scheming too much for something as trivial as an after-dinner card game? Oh, she sounds really angry. Even her ladylike words are gone. No, Akia-sama. I didn't make any signs. Hisui was despairing after looking at her hands, so I gave her some advice. Wordlessly motion with your fingers and eyes cannot be counted as advice. That's a definite sign. Although I noticed this pretty quickly. Huh? You must have been staring only at your cards. The The two were planning on putting you and me in a tough position. But since they were so blatant about it, I found out pretty quickly. Hey, so you plan to let me go to ruin while saving yourself, Nissan? Yeah. He's just straight up say yeah. And additionally, the one blocking the dime is me. Akia-sama, what are you doing? Upsetting the table like that's dangerous. Yes, the nearly completed clumps are now all scattered. Dang, Akia. Rage quitting in real life. I'm at a loss for words. Don't go riding on a luxury cruise liner. If the casino inside goes bankrupt, the owner might blow up the whole ship on purpose. Everyone stares at Akia. It would be cute if she apologized even a little bit, but she just and it's an accident. I was standing up and my skirt got caught. She says that. Don't be ridiculous. Is your skirt made of metal? Yes, of course. The head of the Tohno household must use the strongest equipment to protect herself. She spits out such an unbelievable reply. Additionally, to the exact it is, use the highest quality ornaments to decorate herself. Okay, understood. Let's call it a night. If we were to play to the end, some people would be hospitalized. If it were to end, I would have not fallen for Kawaku's schemes. I would have been at the top, leaving Nissan the rest without any money. Dang, sore loser. She rage quitted. And then she messaged you on PSN saying I would have beat that ass, but you know, I was busy. She turns her head as she sits down. Kohaku-san and Hisue expertly picked up the cards, as if they're used to it by now. And so, my long day ends. I dumbly stare at the ceiling from my bed. I can't fight off the tiredness as I lie down. But before that, right, there's something I need to do. Something missing inside. Something I forgot to say. Something I must definitely do. We're gonna fight Nanaya, right? Oh, another dream. I guess that is a new option. Nanaya said that. Let's fight. I guess we're gonna ignore him. If we pick the first choice, he's probably gonna beat our ass again. I guess it would make sense to pick the new choice. Another dream. What am I suddenly thinking about? There isn't anyone who would visit at such a time. But if there were, then that would be... Hey, it says an H scene. What the hell? I don't know if there's an H scene. What the hell? What the fuck? I'm not even going to read that choice. Well, the obvious choice is to pick Akia, right? But I guess we'll pick Kohaku and Hisue. What? Is this an H scene? Hisue and Kohaku. Is this an illness? Even though it's me, the strange thought brings a headache. Hisue is not the type to come by herself, and Kohaku-san isn't the type of person to come with Hisue either. The two, although they seem close, are very distant to each other. The relationship between twins. I can't imagine how each thinks of the other, who was half of her own self. But if possible, such a thing could happen. If perhaps only they and I are left, then there is a chance that something that prevent them will be no more. Excuse me. Well, such a thing. It's a nice dream, with just the three of us left. I close my eyes. My sleep is deeper than usual. Shiki dreams a dream that cannot be. Repeat again. Oh, there was no H scene. I got baited. That was day 19. Dang. Where's the H scenes at? Today lucky item. Tiger. Alright, so that was day 19. And we'll go ahead and start Tens of Dreams. We're going to do Flower of Thanatos. I wonder what that's going to be about. So everything doesn't necessarily have to be a continuation of a character route in the original Tsukihime. For example, Crimson Moon. Crimson Moon, maybe you can think of as a continuation of Arc Good ending, but I think that's a stretch. Or Arc Normal ending, maybe. But I think that's a stretch. I think that's just to visit Hime. Just like Nanako-chan SOS is just to visit Nanako. So, let's see what Flower Thanatos is.